dojos are at the center of this controversy. What's up, guys? It's Dave from Team Okinawa Network. TRN Cobra Kai theories and reactions. I gotta get used to saying that again. Finally back doing reactions and videos and things like that as well. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to the TRN Dojo. I'm gonna start saying that. I don't say that enough, but welcome to the dojo, guys. And let's hang out and talk about episode number 5 breakdown, guys. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Number 5 breakdown, Miyagi-Do. That's what I was gonna say, man. I just had a brain fart, like right in the middle of filming. Of course, that's gonna happen. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm gonna let you guys say, bro, brain fart. Put it in the comments. I don't really care. But welcome, guys. If you are new to my channel, I appreciate you guys dropping by. We're doing breakdowns. I've been following Cobra Kai since the beginning, season 1, season 2, done a lot of fun stuff, so stay tuned, jump in with us, ride this wave, this tidal wave of Cobra Kai has just been amazing. And with that being said, guys, we're gonna jump into season 3, episode number 5, and a lot to talk about, guys, a lot. Let's jump into it. Oh, before I forget, you know what? I fixed this slide. Hold on one second. I think I fixed it. Let's check it. Yes, it's working again. All right, check out my social media, Cobra Kai Fanatics. Man, that group exploded in the last couple of days. It's up to over 400 people right now. I think we picked up like 60 or 70 people in one day. Cobra Kai fandom, my boy. I love you, brother. Thank you for all the support. Another one, Watch Party, Bonsai Kai Dojo, Cobra Kai Companion, The Chosen One, Cobra Kai Kid. This dude is blowing up. If you don't know these channels, you're doing it wrong, man. You're doing it wrong. Cobra Kai, my other man. Oh, there we go. What the heck? Wrong button. That's my other boy right there. Check these channels out. All their links are in the description, guys. Check them out. You will not be disappointed. If you are on a binge of Karate Kid, Cobra Kai content, go check them out. There'll be enough content for you for like a month, and that's not even with the new stuff. So go over there, go check them out, tell them that TRN sent you, and let's get into it. All right, let's do it, guys. So we start off episode 5 with the best stare down I have ever seen in cinematic history. it made me uncomfortable watching this stare down with Chosen. And as Chosen sits there, we kind of go to this flashback. Spoiler alert, guys, if you're watching this video, we are going to break down the entire episode, hence the word breakdown, so don't get mad if you get spoiled on this. We go back to see the flashbacks of what happened in Karate Kid 2 with the fight between Daniel and Chosen. I'm gonna have to say that this actually amplified that moment, because I think if they would have just cut to them sitting there and talking, we would have thought, all right, that's a little strange, because it was a long stare down with nobody speaking. Going back to that scene, I think it made it even more intense. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments. But that stare down was just like, what the heck is going on? And then Daniel wants to try to excuse himself and get some water. And Chosen's like, I'm gonna go get it for you. I think it's gonna come back on the back end. So Johnny shows up, right, to show support to Miguel. I love this scene because I see that it's all like spiritual. I love this guy. He's doing a great job, but it's all like spiritual and harmony and positive vibes. And then you have Sensei Lawrence come in here and just crush it. He starts like taking jabs, you know, throwing his 2 cents in, saying stuff that's probably not the most appropriate for when he's going through some type of therapy. But only Johnny Lawrence can get away with saying some stuff, and I'm not gonna repeat it. Go watch the video. I'm sure you guys already have, but it's enough to make you laugh, going like, oh, Johnny. Politically correct is not a word that exists for Johnny. So Carmen's gonna have to check him and say, if you want to be a part of this, you need to like zip it. And now we see this conversation about Kreese talking with Robbie, trying to fill him in about Johnny, his father, all this kind of blah, 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 blah. Look, Kreese, everybody knows what you're trying to do right here. Everybody knows that you're up to no good. Even Robbie knows you're up to no good. But I like that. I like that. He doesn't give up. He's very persistent. And he continues to plant the seed when he gives him advice about how to survive in juvie, which will come into play later on. Now, this scene was actually really cool to watch. I have to admit that I was really surprised with Samantha. Samantha, for the most part, going into season 2, followed by the rules, and then she kind of started not following them, and then we see it here, where her mom tells her, no more karate. What is she doing? They're training for karate. Who shows up? Amanda. And oh my God, who is that young man standing next to her? Anthony, of course. And Anthony, in Anthony fashion, annoyed the living heck out of me. I love him. I mean, he just... and I'll tell you why he annoys me. Because he reminds me so much of my kids that are spoiled, that are entitled, that want to talk back, that want to throw their 2 cents. I wanted to grab that popsicle and shove it down his throat just because he reminds me of my own kids. I'm like, silence. So, but clearly right now at this moment, Samantha and Amanda don't see eye to eye on what's happening and the need for karate and the need for them to defend themselves. And so I'm really proud of Samantha, man. She's starting to be more like Amanda than she really wants to admit. That she's Amanda. I love Amanda. She's bold, she's strong, she don't give a damn. Nobody's gonna push her around. Samantha's starting to follow suit. And if you notice how long I've been talking and they're still staring at each other, that's what I'm talking about. That stare went on for an uncomfortable amount of time that I can continue to talk for like 2 minutes and that stare is still going on. Chosen says, I'll get your water for you. And look at this guy. I've never seen Daniel so intimidated and so weirded out. He's like, what is he doing here? Why is he here? And he goes and gets the water, comes back, it slams the damn water on the table. Here's your water, Daniel-san. And I was just like, oh shoot, man, I am so nervous. Kumiko, bye guys, have a good day. I'm out. Oh my God, it was so perfect, so perfect. And then we learned that she's the one that invited him, which is even more perfect. Oh man, look at that look on Miguel's face. He's like, yeah. He's like, I didn't really do anything today. Yeah, yeah. And who's gonna snap him out of that? Swimsuit edition from Johnny. I think it's swimsuit edition from Sports Illustrated. I think. I couldn't really tell and I wasn't gonna zoom in. Oh, it's called Summer Swimsuits. Oh, bless his heart. Johnny Lawrence, man. 1, for making us laugh. 2, for being unorthodox. And 3, for getting him to buy into it. Because you start to see him reach for it. Oh my God, like... this is our generation's Rocky montage, like unorthodox training, and it is hilarious because it's only the beginning to get Miguel motivated and focused, stop feeling sorry for himself. And it's been tough, and Miguel continues to struggle. And this is actually where we finally see that scene from the trailer where we see him picking him up. There it is. There's the shot, picking him up, putting him in his wheelchair. And unfortunately, as the struggle continues to happen with Miguel, he's becoming disheartened by it. And I told you guys this before, but if you're new, I had knee surgery a while back and it went wrong. And my knee got severely infected. And it took me a month to heal from just the surgery because it went wrong. And in that time, I suffered atrophy in my leg. And in that time, my leg stopped working. So when I had to go through rehabilitation, it was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. Now, moving on to this scene, Chosen has brought Daniel back to the dojo. And I really love this scene. 1, because it puts him back into the right mindset, into the dojo, into immersing himself back into the culture that started it all for him. And this is one of those, like it's almost like the set is another actor, because it puts us back into that time frame. It puts Daniel back into that time frame, and to absorb the energy that's happening. And what does he do? He finds a scroll. I'm gonna try to get through this without laughing, guys. I really am. I'm gonna do my best. He finds a scroll, starts talking about Chosen. He learns about his history and the crane kick. The only reason why I'm laughing is because I actually did a spoiler on this, and the next shot was like Daniel with the Goonies. If you guys have not seen this, you guys have to see this. I lost it. I could not get through the rest of that episode talking about that secret scroll was actually the pirate ship, the pirate treasury, treasure map to the Goonies or whatever. But we know that in that scene that he's talking about Miyagi was like a father to him, and Chosen says you're a foreigner and this and that, and then we're gonna learn a little bit more about that later. Now this is the scene that really got me, started pushing me to the point of me actually disliking Hawk with a passion. Now we knew that he was gonna grow, we knew he was gonna get stronger, but I didn't know that he was gonna become a bigger a-hole in the process. And it happens, right? It's happening to him. There's no one to stop him. There's no boundaries. He's being spoon-fed a bunch of stuff from Kreese, and this is where you start to see it spread in beyond the dojo into things that are happening, where poor Chris is just trying to work at golf and stuff, man. I will say golf and stuff made so many appearances in this. I loved it. I really, really loved it. It brought us back to very nostalgic moments from Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, going back there. So it's pretty remarkable how they did that. But Chris has had enough, and he texts Samantha, Cobra Kai's messing with me at work. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really starting to love Sam's defiance to do something. Now, two things happen in this scene. One, I realized, man, I haven't barbecued in a while, and I probably should sometime soon, because man, all I wanted to do was get a hamburger after I saw this. But two, here Johnny is actually spouting some stuff about history and all of it was just all nonsense, right? He's doing what we like to call smoke and mirror, and while he's doing that distraction, he lights his shoelace on fire. I'm like, what the hell is Johnny doing? But he's testing him. Come on, Miguel, make your brain react, make your body react. Your shoe is on fire. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You've got to stand up. And he's egging him and pushing him. This is like that Rocky mentality stuff I'm talking about. Rocky movies. If you haven't seen that, it sucks to be you, because you should have seen it. What is wrong with you? Go back and watch that for all you new millennials. Rocky is amazing. Rocky is exactly like Cobra Kai. It's about the underdog finding themselves. Enough about that. Anyways, he puts out the fire, and once again, Miguel's disappointed, man. Now, here is something that I have been waiting for a long time. Chosen is about to teach our sensei, LaRusso, that he doesn't know everything, and despite him constantly believing that he knows everything, that he knows right, he knows everything that Miyagi taught him, he's about to be schooled that he does not. And sometimes being schooled is what will humble you, and is absolutely necessary for Daniel-san. And I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching him get beaten up. I did, because I recognize long ago that Daniel has to be humbled back down. When you eat a lot of humble pie, you start to see things much clearer, and this was his necessary journey. And man, I am not gonna lie, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And most of you guys that have been following my channel are like, Daniel hater, Daniel hater. I am not hating Daniel, I'm hating his attitude. And in this moment, Chosen checks that attitude and teaches him some valuable lessons that will come into play later on. Yes, foreshadowing, guys. This episode foreshadows a lot of stuff. I wasn't too fond thinking what was about to happen at this moment, because we all kind of knew what was going to happen. But when he did it, I could not stop laughing. You know what made me laugh even more? One, I thought this was priceless, but Chosen's laughing hysterically. Did you see your face? Oh my god, I almost crapped myself. It was epic and I enjoyed. Look at his face, dude. I could not stop laughing at Daniel's expense. And I think it was such a great moment between those two guys that will live in infamy between those two guys. It was truly epic. And now we see Johnny writing down stuff, trying to figure out hypnosis, acupuncture, Tony Robbins. He's writing LSD, if you didn't know that. And he's just trying to figure it out. Now, the funny thing about this is we know that he tried to pawn that computer, and they're like, did you even plug it in? Of course I did. I'll be damned. He plugs in the computer and it turns back on. And so heart goes out to Johnny, never giving up on Miguel. And honestly, you can't blame him. He's trying to find a way to help him. WebMD is what he called WebMD, which is just a small but so funny thing. If you have never been on the internet and you saw something like that, oh, it's just hilarious. But he hears something. He hears somebody crying. And this moment, absolutely, as a parent, crushed me. Absolutely crushed me. Because as a parent, feeling helpless towards your children is the most devastating thing that you ever experience. And we try not to show that to our children. We try to show them strength. And that's what's probably wrong most of the time, is that we try to hide things from our kids instead of trying to teach them it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel afraid. It's not okay to do nothing about it. And that's what I saw in that moment where Johnny says it's gonna be okay. Now, we see Sam come to Golf and stuff, trying to help out Chris and try to finally draw a line in front of these guys. Draw a line to Cobra Kai, man. They're out of control. They are absolutely out of control. And I applaud Sam for getting the gang together and drawing the line. But sometimes when you draw a line in the sand, you get smacked up for doing that. And unfortunately, in the moments that are to come, we're about to see that it might have been the wrong choice to do that. So Robbie's having that moment. Everything that Kreese told him has come back. And now he's gonna attack. And this blindsided kick to this guy, I didn't even see it coming. Man, look, it didn't even react until he was kicked in the face. Sometimes you gotta strike first. Element of surprise, and he surprised the shit out of these guys, man. He surprised the shit out of them. I said it. Oh man, it was freaking epic. And now we cut back to the fight scene that's happening between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. And for a very brief moment, we see, wow, these guys are like manning up, handling business. Gianni's kicking butt in there. It's just like, wow, these guys have really grown, and these guys are actually about to tear these guys a new one. And then we cut back to the fight. And this fight, I could have watched this fight over and over and over, man. This is where Robbie truly, truly shines. And all that anger, all that frustration that's happened to him, boy, does he unleash the wrath of hell on these guys. And you can see he is much smaller than his opponent, more than likely less stronger than his opponent. Look at him, man. He's kind of small compared to him, and he gives them hell. Absolutely does that, man. I probably could have taken some of these slides out because we're kind of seeing the back and forth between these guys fighting in juvie, fighting inside of golf and stuff, which I believe it's golf and stuff still. It has to be, because that's where Chris works, right? And man, this whole fight sequence, jumping back and forth between these fights, whew, there's the shot that we saw that was, I think, in the trailer of her kicking somebody or flipping somebody. So we all know what happens. And who should arrive That's right, you guessed it. Now we know where they're at in this laser tag place and what happens to Sam. Now, I will tell you, I really do feel bad for Sam. She does have PTSD, 100%. Seeing what's happened to Miguel, Robbie, seeing all these things have left a scar on her. Some scars are physical, some scars are internal. And man, this one is gonna leave a huge scar on her where, man, this broke my heart to see, where Hawk actually breaks Dimitri's arm. And man, I could not, just watching this again, it's just watching the images is affecting me, guys. This one hurt. This one hurt so bad to watch this happen to my boy Dimitri. But yet, we know it's gonna become a defining moment in the future. In Hawk, there's a moment that Eli exists right here. That Eli sees maybe he made a mistake. Maybe he did the wrong thing. But when you sometimes have people egging you on, pushing you, peer pressure, crowd, do it. You have to make a choice. And I think for Hawk at the moment, it was either be a P word, I'm not gonna say it, or continue to hold on to this facade of being a tough guy. And this was such a cool moment, guys, where I think Daniel said something that I wish all rivalries could end like this, right? Just duking it out on the mat and learning from each other. And Chosen gives him the sacred scroll. And you know what? I'm not even 100% sure what that scroll was. I'd have to watch it back. I'm pretty sure it was the techniques that he was teaching him, you know, the shots to the arm and all that he was saying that they were warriors before. I think that's exactly what's in there, but we never actually see it and they never actually say it, unless I missed it. But seeing this level of respect between these old enemies is foreshadowing what's about to happen. And I think it's truly remarkable what's happening. Now, this was one of my favorite scenes in this entire thing. And I'm going to tell you something, because we all know what happens. I think I mentioned this on the live that I have done or been involved with something similar. Not to this degree, not to say that I'm dying. But I will say I did go on a company like bonding thing where we all went to Disneyland. I'm not going to say which company I work for at the time, but we went on this Disneyland thing to spend time, to bond as a team and all that good stuff, right? And in that process, we didn't have enough fast passes. And so, okay, can't believe I'm gonna say this, because Dizzy's gonna come back and haunt me somehow. But somebody in the group knew that if you pretend to be something, or pretend to be hurt, disabled, whatever, that they will give you fast passes. I'm not gonna say that I was involved with the one doing it, but I certainly did not stop them. And guess what happened? We all got fast pass, a group of like 6 or 7 people. I'm not gonna lie, man, so it was tough. I should have channeled the inner Miyagi-Do and stopped that from happening. But hey, damn, that was a fun day, and we got fast pass to everything. It was epic. So don't do that. Don't tell anyone I did that. I hope nobody shares that I did that, but I did. Anyways, we see the scene where Samantha, that's gonna come back to haunt me at some point, I know it. Samantha shares what happened to Dimitri, what happened with the fight. Amanda comes in extremely angry for what they've just done, and they started a fight. Like, what were you thinking? And here we actually see it boil to the surface now. That she saw what happened, like the trauma comes to the surface. And I will tell you guys, you're like, well, why didn't she talk? When you're this young, I don't ever remember running to my mom to tell me what was tell my mom what was happening in my life, how I was being, you know, or I made mistakes, or I was around the wrong people, and I saw some scary stuff as a teenager. Scary stuff that I don't even want to talk about, where I'm like, somebody could have been severely hurt. I'm not gonna lie, and I wish I would have, but I didn't. And you gotta remember, teenagers aren't gonna do that, man. They're not gonna come to their parent and tell them everything that's going on. This was awesome. Watching them hang out, watching Dee Snider say, hey girls, this guy's losing time. We all kind of know where that was kind of, what was implied by that. And Miguel's like, hey. Oh, well, it's so awesome. I'm not gonna agree with how they did it, but look what happened because of it. And we start to see Miguel move his foot, and it was just like this shining ray of hope, this ray of hope that we needed for Miguel. And man, it was such a good reward. Look at that shot, man. It says it all. This shot says it all. That we all needed Miguel to show progress, to show hope, that there's hope for him and hope for his character. It was such a good, feel-good feeling, only to be topped off with one more. Now, I love this scene because Kumiko's with somebody that we don't recognize, and he's getting ready to leave, and he's telling, they're talking, and Daniel's like, well, who is this? Who is this person? Who else could it be? At this moment, I'm like, wait a minute. Even now, I was like, is that her? No, this can't be her. Is it her? Guess what, guys? It was the young. Look at that, shot by shot. I'm telling you, when I saw the picture, I was like, my gosh, she hasn't changed. I believe that really is the original actor that portrayed that. And they hug. And here's my lesson to you guys. Karma, you put out good into the world, someday, it'll come back to you. It will. And for Daniel, this is that moment. None other than being, I forgot the position, but high up there as a group director of sales, even much higher than that. And she says, we're gonna save your business. Karma, guys, karma. And you're like, how the hell else could you top this episode? Like, holy stuff. All of this stuff is happening. How could you top this episode? Well, damn. This is how you do it. Amanda comes in to talk to Kreese. Kreese has this smug attitude, this smugness about himself. Holy moly. He sends, Daniel sends you in to do his fight for him. Da. Holy smoke. Wait for it. Bam! She smacks the living shit out of Kreese, and I'm like, bam! Hit him back to 1984. Wow, man. Wow. You ever come near my family? Yada, yada, yada. But this could have severely damaged their family. Because we know Kreese, he's going to do something. Not going to sit on that. He's going to file something against her because of that. Positioning. It's all positioning, man. And Kreese is master at it. Such a beautiful shot. Look at that. You just see the love in Miguel's eyes to his sensei. Man, so moving. Carmen, look at that. Look at that. You see that? Thank you for being there for him. Thanking John. It's all in the eyes, guys. Sometimes you don't have to speak. Sometimes you can see it in your eyes. And then what else could possibly happen in this episode? Holy crap, man, this video is really long. I don't give a damn. You guys are gonna watch it anyways. What else happens? That's right. Allie makes her return. Not officially yet, but she makes her return. I had to put this at the end so that I know when the slides are over. So holy moly, guys. This episode has a little bit of everything. It's starting to move all the pieces around halfway through the episode or the series, and it's just like, holy bleep. This is nuts. I don't even have to go into a breakdown because I've been doing it. Our summary, you guys are watching this happen. Holy shit. I think I said enough times. One more, like 3 strikes, you're out. I'll probably get this demonetized, so I'm not gonna say it. But holy crapola. What an episode. Let me know what your favorite part, the best part of this episode was for you. And thank you guys for hanging in, as this is a long ass video. Dang it. I said the A word. That's going to be a strike against me. 3 strikes, brother. No demonetization. Oh, it's all right, guys. It's all right. You guys are more important than making money. Trust me. I'm telling you. All right, guys. Stay tuned for another episode. I hope you enjoyed this one.